Asked about their biggest problem, several of the U.S. Women's World Cup winners joked it was putting on skinny jeans. "My legs aren't built for them," said one. USA's women's team is demanding equal pay to their male counterparts. They have a bigger and more serious problem now: equal pay. The players are united in demanding to be paid the same as the country's men's team. And, no wonder, as the men didn't even qualify for their last World Cup. Had the women been really bold, they would have asked for more. After all, they've won 4 world titles and 3 Olympic golds. Their male counterparts have 6 CONCACAF titles, which means something, not sure what, in the Mid-Americas. Is it now time for all nations to demand pay parity? The men's team also reached the semi-finals of the actual World Cup, in 1930. In other words, football isn't the first love among men in the U.S. The big stars of their type of football wear padding and look as if they have just climbed out of the USS Enterprise. Soccer, horrible old word, is growing, but its personalities tend to be pre-retirement foreigners. It surprises no one that the tendency among U.S. women with their long blonde hair and damn the thick thighs and operation scars on knees are happy to play football. Chelsea arranged USA friendly match just 3 days after final game of season in the name of anti-Semitism, equality and tolerance. This also worked fine for Robbie Savage. These women know their worth, and, to prove it, they are asking the U.S. Soccer Federation for comparable conditions to the men, and back pay. The lawsuit, by the entire current squad of 28, asks for financial support for pregnancy and equal daily allowances when playing abroad. There is no chance of a similar lawsuit in Britain. The American women left us at the gate when it came to organizing a sustainable future. Unbelievably, it wasn't until 1971 that the FA lifted the 50-year ban cursed on women's football by sad, old buffoons. I remember the shock when I was appointed managing director of Birmingham City. Mrs. Thatcher was Prime Minister and there was I, refused entry into club boardroom because I was a woman. There was, and still is, much catching up to do. West Ham women's team will receive around a £650,000 subsidy this term, but starting from an earlier and less prejudiced base, athletics and tennis became sports in which equality is practiced throughout the world. The simple point here is women get equal treatment where it can be shown they attract big crowds and massive TV audiences and, of course, the money that goes with it. However, campaigning for equal rewards for our women footballers is next to hopeless. With a wage of £400,000 a week paid to a couple of Prem men, you get some idea of the task ahead when you realize that any woman player would be delighted by that much in pennies. The FA, which has pretty well caught up with positive thinking, is doing its best to encourage growth. Premier League clubs are also increasingly proud of their women's teams and schemes. West Ham women's team will receive around a £650,000 subsidy from us this season. It is claimed that 3 million girls play some form of football in England today. Meanwhile, crowd numbers gradually rise into their thousands for Super League games, while the record attendance for a Lionesses match is